And then now it's just like, because you come to Merced and you think it's like, I don't know, everyone's just like, oh, there's nothing to do. So it's like, oh, they just call it like, it's a Merdead, like the city's Merdead. Oh, I'm stuck in Merdead, da-da-da. And so we were more like, okay, well, let's like take that narrative and it's like, let's spin it. You know, it's like, okay, let me find something that I like, that people like have a negative for and be like, let's change the narrative. So now when you think of Merdead, you think of like, these guys throwing parties, these events and like having a good time and like promoting like a good sort of message, rather than just like, oh, there's nothing to do. Because I feel like just like too many people have like it's just like a pessimistic.
Yeah, I think it's just the outlook of the area. I don't know, like I think it doesn't help that a lot of people in the area already, like who are from here, have that mindset, and then I think it like just like bleeds out into when people are coming to town. It's like if so many people say that, people think it's true.
Shout out Duffy, shout out Michael.
This is it, Central Valley Podcast.
Hey, big shout out Central Valley Podcast.
You know I had to fuck with it.
Hey, shout out Central Valley Podcast.
What's good, you guys? And there's a giant ass noise right here. Welcome to Merced.
Yes, sir. What is it, dude? Where should I look?
You can look at any of the cameras,
okay,
but we're here with the boys from Merdead, you guys. I just recently met Dustin last week, and
yeah, it was a privilege to meet Micah. Just stumbled across. It was like trying to get him to promote the Thrive event, and yeah, now it popped out to the studio, and yeah. It's just,
and so, how did you hear about the studio? So, did you hear about the studio before the podcast, or out of curiosity?
No. Actually, I believe I saw the podcast. I saw the podcast, I seen clips, and then it was just like, I was like, where is this guy like doing this? You know what I'm saying?
Because I'm randomly at UC Merced doing content or randomly like
yeah. I was like I could see it in town, and then we hosted at the warehouse over there, and then one day I just like was driving by, and I was like, wait. Is that?
Oh, because you see the sign?
You can see the sign out in the front. So it was like, oh, it's a Studio 99. I was like, oh my God. And then everything just like pieced together. And then more recently, we just created merchandise, and I was like looking for just some place to like shoot for it. And then I was
did you see my ad for the studio?
Yeah. I saw that, and then I saw the because you have that you're doing like the spring session, right?
Oh yeah. We're doing that this weekend. Yeah.
So I saw those two, and I was like, okay, well. And then we got in contact through the DM, so I was like, okay, well.
Because you were texting me for like 2 or 3 weeks, right?
Yeah. I was just.
Because I kept on telling him, I was like, I'm always like so like hesitant to meet up with somebody because I'm like, what do they want?
Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah, that's true. I totally forgot. Yeah, no, I was definitely a little persistent with that.
No, but that's good though.
Yeah.
Let us hear.
Worked out, yeah.
And then, why don't you introduce yourself, Darcy?
Yes, my name is Alexander Darcy, or you can call me Darcy. You know,
DRC? Is that how you actually say
DRC.
it?
We got the apostrophe in there between the D and the A.
Yeah, sorry, you're good.
Oh, my bad.
You're good.
Mic check. We're chilling.
Yeah. No, we're good.
Sweet. I'm one of the founders of Merdead as well, and I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. And so, what is Merdead? So, because all of us locals have heard Merdead all of our life, right? So, what is Merdead Entertainment, I should say?
Yeah, so Merdead Entertainment, I guess is the best way to put it. It's like sort of like a production company, production promotion. It's kind of how we run with it now. It really started as like we went out to parties out in Merced for the UC, and it just wasn't like safe, and it wasn't fun. You know what I'm saying? I go out, and it was always like hit or miss. Like, I don't know if I'm out.
It's like the best time or like we gotta get out of here time.
Yeah, we gotta go time. And so it was just like one day, my friend, because I'm in a fraternity on campus, Sigma Chi, and one of my fraternity brothers said we could use his house as long as we just cleaned it up because it was just like really dirty. So we went, cleaned the house, then threw the party,
then cleaned it again.
But it was free, and then we just like, okay, well, how am I gonna get the word out fast? And I was just like, okay, let's make a page. I met with my other 3 friends, Benham, Rohit, and Cole, in their dorm, and we all put like $50 in. I grabbed a keg, some wine bags. That my brother had to go get because we were all I was still like 19 at the time. So when it did that, hosted the event. It got shut down in like 30 minutes. It was Gym Bros and Yoga Hose.
That was the theme of it?
Yeah, that was the theme. It was Gym Bros and Yoga Hose. And then it shut down like 30 minutes. And then we were just like, but at that time, I just had so much like fun.
Like you had fun, like the actual planning of it, kind of?
Yeah, just like planning it. And just like everyone that had went, it was going good before it got shut down. Like, it was turning up. But then, it shut down. So then we were just like, okay, well, I got to do this again. And then we did it again, did like a St. Regis Day, found another house, another spot, clean, just kept offering to like just clean people's houses for free because I didn't want to pay.
You're like, listen,
I'm going to use the money for alcohol, so I don't want to spend money on the rent. So it's like, if we lose anything, I'll give it back, I'll reimburse it. Or if we break anything, then it's like, we'll get it paid for.
Gotcha.
So.
And how soon did the Merdead name come with it?
Honestly, it was like day one because it was just like Benham actually thought of Anthony or DJ 20. He's got fucking too many aliases.
Yeah, I got you. Trust me.
But he came up with it. He was just like, what is something that everyone knows out here? What does everyone like call it? And he's like, Merdead. And then we made the logo a cow just because it's like a baby cow.
Trust me, I got my own cow logo as well.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Made it like a little baby cow. And it was just like, and then now it's just like, because you come to Merced and you think it's like, I don't know, everyone's just like, there's nothing to do. So it's like, they just call it like, it's a Merdead, like the city's Merdead. Oh, I'm stuck in Merdead, da-da-da. And so we were more like, okay, well, let's like take that narrative and then like, it's like, let's spin it. It's like, okay, let me find something that I like, that people like have a negative for and be like, let's change the narrative. So now when you think of Merdead, you think of like, these guys throwing these events and like having a good time and like promoting like a good sort of message rather than just like, there's nothing to do. Because I feel like just like too many people have like it's just like a pessimistic.
Yeah, I think it's just the outlook of the area. I don't know, like I think it doesn't help that a lot of people in the area already, like who are from here, have that mindset, and then I think it like just like bleeds out into when people are coming into town. It's like if so many people say that, people think it's true.
Yeah, you're from here, right? So like how like I don't know, like so I'm not from here, so I'm like from San Bernardino or San Bernardino County. So like what I always want to ask like how is it like for you? Like I don't know, trying to create something, while being out here in Merced, because I mean I feel like. Maybe there's not as many opportunities here.
Yeah, I do think there might not be as. I think there is opportunity out here, right? But I think like no one was doing it, and I was always like, I would always think like it'd be cool if someone did that, but like it was always like that. Like I just would think it would be cool, and then at a certain point, like in 2019 when I picked up a camera, I was just like, like why don't I try to be that, like do that? You know what I mean? And like the biggest thing is like getting over like posting yourself online and how people are going to perceive you, because like. Yeah. Now, like that, I've grown and everything like that. Like it's like every other comment's negative, but like I don't care. It's whatever now. You know what I mean? But in the beginning, like that was like really bothering me because it was just like I'm like trying to do something, promote good about the area, and like I'll be like I'll post a video of the tower that's a drone shot, and like first comment's like this place sucks, and I'm like God damn, it's a beautiful sunset, cool tower, like you know what I mean? And so like that part has always like frustrated me that like the narrative, like you're saying, is just like
sorry to interrupt. How long you've actually been like. How long you guys have been like doing the Central Valley podcast? Like in total?
21.
4 years.
21.
Yeah. So 4 years. Yeah. And so we started just like at a room in my house, basically, and then we got like a 400 square foot studio, and we were there until this past year. And then we had always like, it'd be cool to get a bigger studio. It'd be cool. And then like. It just seemed like a far-fetched idea until like this one became available. And this was like a hydroponic store before, like, you know what I mean? Like it was just like, people saw just an empty building and I'm like, I could build something in here like that, and I'm all just about like throwing myself 100% into shit. Like there's no like, people like think I got it figured out because like I have this studio. I'm like, bro, I don't have it figured out, and that's why I have the studios, because like I'm not afraid.
I'm fucking figuring it out.
Yeah, exactly. But like if I don't figure it out, someone else is gonna figure it out too. You know what I mean? But like making content out here, it used to be way more like, I feel like we used to be the only ones doing it, so that's why we stood out. It's just people were like on their For You page, and they're like here in Merced, they're here in Modesto, Stockton, and then we like realized, relatability and like authenticity is everything. So like as soon as we started like making content that's relatable, people just started sharing it. And that's like one video got us to like 15,000. Like literally just one video. Like and we were like at like 5,000 before that. So like
so do you remember like how long you were like trying to like do it for?
Bro, you should do our beginning promos.
And then the video hit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, that had been like
like a year and a half.
No, I think almost 2 years. I'd say almost 2 years before like something like
exponential.
Yeah, because then Reels, like we started doing it before like Reels were a thing on Instagram. So think about so like Instagram in 2021 TV. It was Instagram TV, and so it was like these long promos of like me actually talking to guests,
just yapping.
Yeah, but it was like a 4-minute promo. So who the fuck's watching that? Like you know,
dude. Nowadays I'm getting like 100 reels on a minute.
Yeah, you got to get me the first 5.
Bro, he's doom back, sir.
Nah,
doom scroll.
I was gonna ask you, what kind of inspired you to start to pick up in the camera and start to film yourself? Like also kind of building that confidence as well seems pretty difficult for some people in this situation.
Well, so the confidence thing was like I got to a certain point where I was just like, I used to be like so afraid of like what my immediate friends would think about me growing like and posting on the internet, like growing up, like you know what I mean. That's what you think. Yeah. And I got to a certain point where like I was like old enough to where like I'm like, oh, what the fuck, like. Doesn't matter what fucking anybody thinks.
Really no one really gives a fuck.
Yeah, I know exactly that. And so it's that realization to start like putting myself out there like that. And like, dude, I'm like, if you look at our promos, they're all over the place. And I always thought like, oh, that's gonna affect me getting a job somewhere, like doing stuff. And like, people were literally hiring me just because they're like, oh, you do photo video work? Like, I wanna hire you. I'm like, have you ever seen any of my photo video work? They're like, no, but you're funny. And I'm like, all right, cool, that's awesome, man. Yeah. But it's just funny like that. And then, sorry, what you said about putting yourself out there.
Yeah, just kind of like building that confidence and just like, I don't know, what kind of inspired you? Did you watch a podcast or did you watch like a video that kind of like inspired you to do that?
It's just like, I mean, like, it's like I was never like into like the Nelk Boys or anything like that, but it's just like that type of mentality of like, hey, like people are always building cool stuff other places, like why not try to build something cool here? And like
that's real.
Yeah. And the thing is like we stuck out now because like we're like one of the few. Now it seems like there's so many people doing it, you know what I mean? Yeah. But like when we were doing it, like no one, like there was no one to like copy content off of or anything, you know what I mean? It's not like.
So how do you feel like? What's like the next step? Or like what's been on? What have you been cooking?
So we got the studio. We got this studio basically. That was the next step, and then it's just like let's make the studio. Like we want to host events. Like probably not to the esque of Merdead. You know what I mean?
No, what?
But just as in the party.
You got a nice little back room over here. We get going.
Yeah, just not. But we still want to do like mixers and shit like that. Like you know what I mean? Ticketed events that we're doing. So we're doing that one that we're like having a dab bar in here, and then we're having like some succulent potting. I'm doing
dab bar, like
the rig, right?
Like a marijuana. Like okay. That's what the spring session is. But I just said I felt like on it. I was so like an innuendo. It was like very low
key.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. My landlord may or may not know.
Okay, I was like,
no, it was like what did it say on the thingy? It was like spring. It said spring session. It said elevated something by.
I just remember like the intro was just like smoke.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, and then at one point I'm like, if you know what I mean, and like that's why I was like, hey, like you should know if you're signing up for this event. If not, that's my bad for not saying it. But you know, but so we just want to do events, and we want to do like kind of like how can we actually bring like stuff to Merced, like because everyone's like there's always nothing to do here, and it's like so what are other events that we can host? And like I told you, like we did a beer mile one time with that Tioga Sequoia and stuff like that.
Like you just ran a mile and drink beer, like a mile, like a lap.
Like every quarter lap. Oh yeah, every quarter mile they like go chug a beer, and then
you have to like pay to enter that.
Yeah. So it was I was just like pay $15 or it was pretty cheap, or maybe like $20, but that's like the cost of all 4 beers. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And then like we'll like in the winter, and then you didn't get to finish the beer unless you finished the beer mile though.
Oh, I see.
Have you ever seen a beer mile?
No. How do you? Was it packed?
Like,
no, turn up for that.
It
sounds cool. But I'm just like curious.
We only had 5 days promoted, but we had like 8 people sign up, so that was. That's good enough. Like it was more than I thought it was gonna be. And then by the end of it, like 2 people were just throwing up. Just like.
Did you record the whole thing?
Oh yeah, we have it recorded. Yeah, we have it recorded. And then like because as soon as like we started it, they were like chugging beer, and like all of a sudden like the police officers were just there, and like we're not like. Could check in with everybody at this. We talked to Tioga. They're like, yeah, whatever you want to do. We're like, yeah, we'll do this in the alleyway, whatever. There's like a trunk or treat going on in the alleyway.
No way.
We're like, it's okay. Don't worry about it, guys.
You have to get like permits or something.
I don't know. I don't know if we should talk about it, but it's okay.
It's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Yeah. It happened literally. Yeah, exactly.
Did anybody finish
beer mile 2 next week?
Did anybody complete the mile?
So it wasn't, dude. It was only like 0.65 a mile. We didn't have enough space. You got to cross over a road. I'm like, we're not doing that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then at one point, a car turned down the alleyway in the middle of the beer mile.
Just like,
what the fuck's going on? But I think like 3 people didn't finish it though, and then by the end of it, 3 of them were just yakking, just fucking. But they ran it fast.
Did Duffy do it?
No. He's done his fair share of beer miles.
It was our fantasy football punishment.
Was a beer mile.
I've gotten last.
A couple
3 times. So 3 out of like 8 seasons, I was last.
So you should have showed him up.
You would think he'd be better by now. After beer mile.
I could do it. I'm a seasoned vet.
Sub 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, so but we would so we want to do events though. As like kind of like our next thing is like, especially because we have the space, you know what I mean? And then this studio is like my other.
How long you guys been in here? Like
December we got the keys, but like we never like get all this stuff.
How did all this shit get here? Like
I bought everything basically.
Like at the end, like I guess when was
it like all together? Like March, like mid-March,
month and a half ago.
Yeah, literally a month and a half ago.
Oh wow!
So we're like we're really new and like figuring things out. And then it's also like I do photo and film like video full time, so it's like also trying to do that and then try to figure out the studio and everything else. But I'm waiting. I mean, all I do is just fucking. I see something, I'm like that seems like a good idea. Let's try to do it.
Yeah.
And then so coming from the outside, like you guys are both not from Merced. So like, what's your perspective coming into go to UC Merced? Merced. That's your next brand. Hey, copyright that. Merced though, like what's your like? Because you said you had your brother that was here, right?
Yeah, my brother came here 2 years, but like you said, the whole COVID thing kind of like changed it. So he like his last 2 years, like he lost too. So. Or the first 2 he stayed at home, and then he went the same 2. Like we basically like had the same Merced experience.
Oh yeah, huh?
When I started, that's when they came back in person, and then when he came back was the same year.
Yeah, same year that you were there.
So it was cool. I coming into it, it's like one of those things. Like I feel like it was the same with like the whole Merdead narrative. Is like didn't necessarily really want to be here. You know, I didn't like. It was like I didn't get into like other UCs and like other places I wanted to. So it was just like part of it was like I needed distance. My mom, I love my mom to death. I love my parents to death. But, like she's she's very like. Cares a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes like
you just like want to go figure out something for yourself.
Yeah, you know, and part of it's like I don't know. I felt like going like far from Merced, it's like 4 or 5 hours away. It's like that's enough distance to be like you don't go. You know,
you're not gonna stop by.
You're not, you know what I'm saying? You're not just gonna like pop by for a little bit. You know, so it's like so it just gave you like the opportunity to like grow. You know, and just like do your own thing and just like fucking figure it out.
And so when you first got here, what was your perspective? Kind of just like that.
Yeah, I didn't want to be here.
You did, but you didn't.
I did want to be here to like be alone, but at the same time, I was like, fuck, like, could be somewhere else.
And so, what started changing your mind about the area? Because I feel like early on, you must have sooner than other people. I feel like.
Yeah, honestly, I think it was like the opportunity because it felt like there was like kind of like there wasn't as much going on, so like and there's not as many people that are like willing to take a step to like be like. To take a more creative leap forward. So it was more just like, I feel whatever you do out here, as long as you like keep trying to do it and you know, you do a relatively good job, you know, you should put some actual passion and effort into it. It's gonna stand out just because everyone's sort of like just watching. I don't know how to explain it, but that's like the narrative.
It's like I feel like it's like a big fish in a small pond type of.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, it's like easier to like once you do make a little splash. Then like there's nothing else going on, right? So then it's easier to get some eyeballs to your event type of thing.
Yeah, I guess like less competition is another thing. You know, like less people like trying to put themselves out here because they have like they come in with like more of like a pessimistic, like negative mindset rather than being like, okay, how can I like turn this around? How can I like, you know, make it better? How can like we benefit everyone? You know, how can we do something that everyone, you know, it's gonna help the economy pump over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, what can we do? You know?
Yeah. But it's just interesting that you had that mindset towards it. And then how about you, Darcy, coming from Bay Area?
I mean, personally, I took a tour before coming in, and I disliked it. Despised it, you know. I just
this is what I need. I need some honest feedback.
You know, I was straight up like I just didn't fuck with the place. I saw that there was pretty much nothing. It's just farmland.
Yeah,
it's just cows.
UC is in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, you had the UC Merced like on the last of my list out of all the schools, but. You know, my parents.
He's really selling it.
You guys both are.
Hey, my parents convinced me. My dad went to a UC, and he's like, you know, take an opportunity. And I took it, and I'm happy where I am now. I met some great people, made a great kind of environment. So coming here with that like attitude, I mean not an attitude, but like with that you thought like, you preconceived notion or whatever, right? Yeah.
Like, and then like when did you start being like, even if like it's not like you know there's not a crazy amount to do, when did you start changing like your mind about like they're like I think it's more community or what?
Yeah, I would say like probably by like the end of freshman year is when I started to meet like the people that I'm really close with now. For example, you know, Dustin and the fellow other Merdead members as well. I started getting really close with them, and that's where I kind kind of found my circle and started finding a lot more comfortability, and also that's where, you know, Merdead started to grow and actually exist, is with the 5 of us. And so it kind of like, I think when you find the rhythm of finding the friendships and just kind of building that community is when, you know, it starts to get better. And that's when I found most was through my friends.
Yeah. And that I think that's like so like when we were like in college, basically 10 years ago, right? Yeah, I know.
Damn.
You know, back in our day.
But like we just had a core group of friends and we hung out all the time, every day. We called it the garage, and we just like hang out in this garage, and we'd party there. We just hang out there. All of our friends either worked at Starbucks or Applebee's, and we'd all get off at night, and just like the Starbucks people would just bring hella food for fucking
so cool.
everybody else.
These were the Dollaritas.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Yeah, or we'd go there. Our friends we'd have like a fucking $10 tab after like eating and drinking there all night. You're like, what the fuck? This is awesome.
They just forget to charge us for like the food
or everything. Yeah, but yeah, so I was just curious because like forever I've been like, okay, I want to get UC students on this podcast, but like I don't want to go out to the UC and be like, hey, like
it would be a little weird if you were just like posting out there, like, just like, hey, you know, you want to come on the podcast?
Just that Bobcat Day, like be a guest, please.
Or like when you're trying to trap people, like, you know, like Charlie Kirk is his name. I pull up and be like, oh, I'm going to argue with all you college students. Who's calling me? Oh, no, it's okay.
Hey, but Duffy, you said you went in 2015. You know, we have, so like our mindset was like a little negative, as you can tell. I was curious, like, well, how was yours? Like, I mean, no lie, like it probably was
worse.
It was probably a lot worse. So like, I can only imagine, like, yeah.
My cousin came here, he went to the UC for like, he was the inaugural class, and I don't know. I thought it was cool because I was a kid and I had never seen a college before. And I was like, oh, this is cool. And I just always had it in my mind. I was like, UC Merced, it's a UC. It's around here. I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I got into, Merced, Sac State, and I think Fresno State. But I was like, kind of same thing as you. My parents always telling me like UCs will get you better opportunities and probably better schooling, and I was like, all right, I'll do it. I'm local anyways, but I still moved out. I was far enough away so I could kind of move into Merced and do it. But yeah, that was my whole mentality, is I just came in, and the first 3 months, 4 months, I was like, I made a mistake. But then, yeah, you just get that good core group.
Is that called like the Merced Blues, you guys, huh? When you move here for the first 4 months?
It's kind of dark. You gotta push through it. Yeah. You're like,
then you bond with people over it.
Yeah, that's really what
I was like, 8:30 classes, I get to sleep in. And
I would say like the school's actually like pretty close. Like I feel like everyone kind of like, you know, everyone kind of knows a little bit of everyone. Mm-hmm. Like, you see them around so often,
yeah, like it's like almost that small town feel still, even at the UC.
Like almost like barely like 10,000 people there, so it's like,
yeah.
I mean, 10,000 is a lot.
But still, you're seeing them every day. Yeah, you know what I mean? You kind of get familiar faces.
And another thing is like the campus is like 15 minutes away, and like so it's like.
So your freshman year, you have to be over there, right?
I'm just not I don't know. I just never took the bus, the cat track.
Yeah.
It's like 2-hour wait, and just to go Target. So I'm just like, yeah, man. I'll just. It's good.
I'll stay here.
I'll survive. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So.
Bro, you ever wear a suit from Dapper Man? It's a total game changer. They've been voted best men's store 2 years straight, and it shows. From everyday suits to once-in-a-lifetime occasions, they've got you covered. And when it comes to weddings, there's no one else I'd rather trust. No rentals, no guesswork, just real fits from people who actually know what they're doing. Remember, whether it's a job, a wedding, or just because you want to show up looking sharp, they've got you. You can reach them at 209-285-2424, and they are located at 3507 Tully Road, Suite 310 and 320, next to Mr. T's Donuts. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Dapper Man isn't just a store, it's a suit lounge. And it's not called Dapper Man for no reason, because you're going to be there looking dapper, man. It's that time. Declutter with ease and reclaim your space. Welcome to Be Junk Free Merced, where Scott Livesey is your go-to guru for hassle-free junk removal. Tired of tripping over unwanted items or feeling overwhelmed by clutter? Scott's got your back. Unlike other services that leave you with the heavy lifting, Scott swoops in and handles everything himself. Say goodbye to clutter and hello to the refreshed space. Reach out to Scott today for a quote, and let's make sure your junk disappears in a snap. You can reach him at 209-233-1519.
So then when did you start? Because you were even saying like to me, you're like, oh, like there's things to do. Like you were saying like there's nothing, like people always say there's nothing to do, but like there's always stuff going on, like whether it's at Joystick or like different nights, they have trivia nights and stuff like that. Like, yeah. I feel like you're like out there trying to figure out what's going on, where a lot of people are just like saying there's nothing to do, right?
Yeah, I think part of it just came from like trying to find locations to like host events.
Yeah.
Because like the first thing is like Joystick, like Andy, the owner of Joystick, he was he's also Sigma Chi, so he like came to like the Sigma Chi events and was telling us about Joystick, that he was opening it, and he invited us like to it before it opened, so we got to see it, and then kind of like got ideas like, oh wow, this is gonna be pretty cool. So he actually let us host like a couple of Merdead events there. Like our freshman year, we did a college grad night there. Or not our freshman, our sophomore year. But it was like the first year of Merdead. Like we did a college grad. He was 21 plus, was 19, couldn't even, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we were good.
21 plus, we were 19.
Yeah, and then we did like an 18 plus event there. That was the last time we were ever allowed to do that again. But it was amazing. It was a dope event. But yeah.
Because Joystick after a certain time is 21 up, right?
Yeah, unless like, you know, he like
unless it was like an event that was like,
he makes like an exception, but there's just so much more risk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like the narrative kind of like pushed. Kind of mean it's like, you know, just get lit. So, so it's like you can't. I can't stop everyone. But.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, but we just want to have an event here if you're down with that. That's all we can promise you is an event.
Yeah, where did you go? Or like,
so I went to like literally, I just went to Stanislaus for like half my time, and then I worked at Starbucks forever, and I just did the rest of it like online at Starbucks. Like it was like ASU, but it was just like online, and so I just did that.
Okay.
Yeah. But like we just like literally partied at that one house together all the time.
that was just the garage.
The garage.
Those were the moves.
Yeah, that was our moves, dude. That was literally it.
I'd be going to bed and it's 10:30 and I just hear his loud footsteps opening my door, and he's like, "Hey, let's hang out." I just
he lived there. I didn't live there, but I was there all the time, breaking everybody. They hated me, but I'd literally crack open the garage, crawl underneath it, unlock it, and be like, "We're good."
He'd like watch us every time we did the keypad, and he's like, "Oh, I know the password now."
He said, "So what do we got to have? What do we got for food?"
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever Starbucks was gonna throw out.
Yeah. I'm bringing the Starbucks
breakfast
trash.
sandwiches.
Yeah, but that's pretty much like as far as like our like partying, you know what I mean? That's that, and then like random parties, of course, all around. But like, you know, like
sounded like you guys needed like probably like Merdead Entertainment.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
and every now and then there's like cool parties, but then it's like sometimes you're at parties where it's just like you're like, we should get out of here.
Like any like ranch parties? I've always wanted to do.
Ranch house was cool.
I always want to do something like that.
Like the orchard, like so our like high school was like orchard parties.
Okay.
And like you're in the middle of the orchard and there's like a bonfire and like everyone's just out there.
Okay.
Partying.
Is that
and you bring it. Like generally it's somebody's like family's orchard or something like that. Just like, but if the cops come, everyone's running in every single direction.
Yeah,
basically.
You can't catch all of us.
See, that's the thing. Yeah, but if I got like fucking like three speakers and some subwoofers, it's gonna be you're catching me.
Yeah. You know what La Paloma Road is? Have you ever been out there? It's literally if you're going like on. What is it? 59, like you're heading like out towards like Snelling area. There's like a cattle road if you turn right. And now it's like blocked off at the front, but you used to be able to drive back there like 3 or 4 miles and it was just a cattle road. And like me and my buddies were all out there hanging out just with us one time. And then all of a sudden we saw like all these cars coming from the freeway or not from the highway. And it was just like 40 cars just all turning down. And we're like, what the fuck's going on? And then we're just like sitting out there and then like they started doing like donuts in front of us and we're just like one car out there. So we're like, what the fuck's going on? Like, are we gonna get fucking killed right now? But they like an orchard party had just got broken up and then they were all bringing out here like, we don't fucking care. Like they're all on the drive. Yeah, that was like 2012. You were like what?
I was
in second grade.
9.
Yeah. that puts it in perspective, honestly, when you say that. I'm like, oh, wow.
9, yeah. I don't even know what I
Yeah,
was doing
but
that.
so then you guys came to UC Merced, right? So like, and then what do you guys major in?
Business, I think it's like business.
It's management, business, and economics.
Yeah.
Manage both you guys, management, business, and economics. And then what kind of led you? What led you guys want to do that? You know what I mean?
I don't know. It seems like I feel like nowadays, like the idea of like doing like a 9 to 5 is just like such like a negative idea. And I don't know. It's cool to like be your own boss and try to like. I mean, you guys imagine like doing your own thing is like it's hella cool. I mean, it's way like it's like you don't want to do a 9 to 5, but then you end up working like 24/7.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't even sleep anymore.
Yeah.
But still, it's like cool to be your own boss. That was kind of like the idea. So like, I mean, I know you don't need.
But it's just like to have a passion project like along with. Like Merdead started as like just an idea of like, let's throw parties, right? And then it turned into something where you're like throwing a community event.
Yeah, proper business. But I guess like just like the whole idea of like the degree was just like it won't be that hard. I originally was a psych major. I was like a psychology major. I wanted to be like a psychiatrist and do like that sort of stuff, like psychology. But I just like so much reading, dude. I'm not gonna lie. There's just so much like memorization and reading, and like I was just like,
not for you.
Yeah, nah, man. I don't know. It was easy to do business, and that's kind of how we were.
How about you, Darcy?
I chose that because my inspiration came from my dad. He's all about finance and business, and he does a lot of like risk management. So that was kind of like my inspiration, and I kind of felt that, I wanted to be where he is or somewhere better, and so I kind of felt like that was a direction for me to go into. And I felt pretty, I have a passion for it too, in a sense where I think, growing up, my dad has been giving me advice and such, and just tips on, how to make yourself successful and financially stable. And, I want to, bring that onto other people and just kind of make it bigger for myself as well. And kind of similar to what Dustin's saying, just kind of be your own boss as well. I don't want to be controlled by somebody, telling them, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that, do all the papers.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good.
That's funny. I just majored in educational studies because it was my quickest thing to a fucking degree, I was business management, and they're trying to make me take like calculus online, and I was like,
that's his bane of existence, calculus.
Oh, bro. That's the reason I changed my major. It's I can't do it online, bro. I'm so bad. Like, I'm just not good at math. Like, the only reason I was passing all my math classes, my other, like, I passed so many in my.
Dude, y'all didn't even have ChatGPT.
Yeah, no, dude, y'all didn't, dude. You don't even understand like what we were doing. We had to write.
Dude, I don't even have to think anymore. It's too easy. It agreed. I gave it a ChatGPT.
And do they have like anything for like testing like
but
papers?
then you just find like a.
But then you just make it more personable, right? And then it's like, not even that.
You don't have to do that. Oh my god.
I don't think we can talk about it on here. Can't leak our.
You find like
you'll be graduated by the time.
Yeah. You already got it.
It'll just ruin it for everyone else. You just find like a humanizer AI, like another one, and
you use the AI with a different AI to make it
another
like
AI, right? You humanize it, and then there's this thing called GPT like 0, and then it cross-references with other AI detectors, and it'll tell you if like
it'll come up on
if
it.
it has it or not. I got a homie, he's got a Discord, and it's like he has the Turnitin software, so it's
that's clutch.
so that's the one they use.
So you pay.
So you can slide it to him, he'll check it out, and then that's how you know you're good.
Yeah, we're falling as a society, guys. But it's easier.
Me personally, I've never done that. It's more of like I just do it. Like, it's not that hard, to be honest with you. But if you needed to get something done very quickly,
that's how you do it. Well, that's what I was wondering, because I'm like, especially like, I'm like these high school kids. It's gonna be probably.
You guys had like.
What? Here we go. Hit me.
You guys had like computers, right?
We had computers, but we didn't have. But we didn't carry around. We didn't carry around computers like you guys did, though.
No, we did.
No, but
I did.
We had like computers and like, but per classroom, I felt like whenever we worked like on something, like we'd have like computers in the back of the classroom.
High school.
Yeah, in high school, like in the back of the classroom, we'd have computers and we'd like do shit on them.
Desktop,
but we just wouldn't like how you guys all had Chromebooks and shit. Probably like we didn't do that. Like we didn't all have Chromebooks. It was
they gave me like a Chromebook in
we were the like
4th grade.
But what's crazy is like my cousin who was like 4 years later than me, like all of them had the computers, Chromebooks, and everything. So like we were like literally the last generation of like not having a personalized computer.
Wow.
Dude,
we're old school, man. Okay.
We would wake up at like 4 a.m. for Black Friday to get a laptop.
Like we'd go to the computer lab first.
Like how was it like when the iPhone came out?
Oh, I was in high school when
You,
Sick. It was
Dude, you could
awesome.
drink a beer on your iPhone. You just go like this.
It had like a lighter app. And
Yeah, you just,
I
like-
remember they had
light
like the little
turns
gun app. You just
and then
press
like
it,
the
bang.
tap one was hella popular. It was like a Guitar
Doodle-
Hero, but it was like tapping basically.
Doodle
but it
jump.
was like dumb stuff. Like it wasn't like anything with social media. It was just like you can literally do the dumbest thing on this phone. Check it out. And we're like, that's sick.
Did you ever you guys ever pursue like when social media like came out like on Facebook or like any of those other like MySpace?
Oh, so we were
Like other,
MySpace
like-
era.
okay,
Yeah. So like we were like
you-
MySpace was kind of cool because you literally did code. Like I'd find a code over here that was like would make my profile look like this, and then I didn't know I was like quote coding at the time. I just knew like if I paste this in here and then if I put my own information in there and replace it, then it makes my profile look like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've honest. I couldn't even tell you what it looks like.
Oh, no. So it was like basically like it's kind of like so Instagram. Everyone has their own page, right? But
Yeah,
you could
yeah.
customize it any way you want. So like
so
some
it's like
people's
your
would be
own, like,
different
little
colors.
website.
Some exactly. It was like literally everyone had their own website. And then you'd have like your top friends.
Yeah.
And like that like killed like so many friendships. But you'd literally have your like top 8 and you'd rank them.
Wow.
And so everyone would see
It
your
was
ranked
brutal.
friends.
Wow.
rank them. It's not even like
Dude, you could have like a top 25 friends too. So it was even
That
ridiculous.
was later though.
Yeah,
that
it was like
later.
the update of it where like you're like you can choose 25 friends to display on your profile. And like the biggest thing though, like the coolest thing in MySpace was like you could have a song on your profile. So when people went to your profile, it was like,
It's like that's
this is what I
music.
like.
You
Okay.
do that now on Instagram.
No, I know, but that's where they got it from. But it's not as cool as like back then. It was like that was your personality. It's like your song. You know what I mean?
You got
You're
one
playing like a
song.
Tech Nine
And I
song. or,
download
like-
the MP3.
Yeah, I know. The LimeWire and
play it,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys know what LimeWire is or no?
No.
So LimeWire, history lesson for you guys. I know. So LimeWire was like the first like way to like download stuff like illegally for free and like music songs.
Like when the iPod first came
so when the
out.
iPod first
Like
came
when
out and you just put
see,
songs straight on it.
like jailbreaking stuff.
Yeah,
and
so it
stuff.
was just like you download them straight to your computer, but like you're just you download this random app basically, and you put it on
Gotta trust it,
your
yeah.
parents' computer,
So-
and then like every
Give
other
up
thing you
all
do-
their data.
Yeah.
Always Soulja Boy too. Like you download like In the
Soulja
Club
Boy
by
got-
50 Cent, and it was just like Soulja Boy.
That's how he got popular. He renamed like every popular song, but like whenever people would download it, it would be like Soulja Boy song. And so that's literally how he got popular by his,
Catfish, yeah.
exactly. And then people were like,
But I mean,
guess
he was
it's-
the first to do it.
He
yeah.
was though. It was,
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
always
he
cranked
like was
that.
ingenious with the fact of like that he actually did it. But like that's what we used to use all the time. Zunes. You ever heard of Zune?
I do have a Zune.
Okay,
actually. I do
yeah.
have a
So
Zune.
like Zunes were like I remember downloading like it would take like 4 days and I'd download a movie like from like on my
Put a movie on the Zune.
Wow.
I didn't even know you could do that.
And it was like because it was still before social media. Like it was just Facebook, like and MySpace at the time. And like Facebook is just like I mean it's funny now because it's like
Facebook's always been ass. I don't know about you guys, but there's
So, like, we were
even
there when,
nowadays,
like, when
I
it-
just can't imagine.
I can't like I never
using
like it was like
Facebook.
such
all
a
the old people are on it, and it's just like
it's such a small
All the people with money are on Facebook, or TikTok fucking shop.
yeah I know but like Facebook's weird because it's like like it was only popular for like a year or two because it was like my senior year of high school and then like Instagram got popular and so then everyone just kind of went to Instagram but Facebook's like it's like old Twitter kind of and I feel like we're like you still like share your thoughts but it's just like too many comments and, like too many fucking
That's
people.
another thing, man. I don't really be doing like Twitter like that.
I don't
or
like X or Twitter like I've never
It's
been
just, it's just so like, just like toxic. I don't know. It's
hell
It's like,
let me tell you my opinion and everyone can argue with me why they don't think
It's
it's
like
right.
yeah, I'll just like open it and it just first thing would be like fuck you. Okay, bye. Never mind.
No, literally. Yeah, it's like, oh, I haven't opened this in a month. What's like, oh yeah, that's why. I haven't
If you're
opened
reading this, you're a bitch.
yeah, you're like, oh, okay.
It's like, dude,
How about Facebook? Was Facebook pretty popular back then?
Facebook, like,
It was.
it was like, it was poking on Facebook. You remember poking on Facebook, bro?
Yeah.
It was literally like, it was,
It was
like a way
just
to
like
flirt with fucking
it was like a
people.
weird way to be like, hey, I'm looking at your profile poke.
yeah. I'm looking at your profile when
It
you're not
literally
here,
was a button that
basically.
says-
I'm stalking you.
yeah. But like a
It's
vocal
like
one.
3 a.m. Poking at you.
Dude, yeah.
You back and forth, no contact. But then they'll poke you back. Is the dumb thing, and then like
yeah.
it's just a never-ending thing. That was like a thing that was popular. But like,
No, now they just have Tinder and you just like swipe and
yeah,
just go hook up.
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it was like when we were coming up, I feel like it was like a lot of sites and like things that like you could see what they were trying to do now. The fact that like all these apps and like everything exists, but like at the time it was like what like it's like they're onto something, but like the way they had to do it was so much harder than like now it's just an app. You know what I mean? Before it's like they had to code something on a website and get people to come to this website and blah blah blah. But yeah, we're old. He's like,
Not
yeah.
imagine. Wow. Taken back.
And then so you guys were you graduated high school when?
2021.
Oh, 21.
Yeah.
So you came here 22?
No, so like it's like graduated like spring
Oh, so
2021, fall started 2021, freshman year. Boom, graduate 2020.
And then what is your guys' perspectives coming in of like us local people? Because that's why I said to you, I was like townies, and you kind of were like, oh, like kind of whatever.
Like what do you mean?
Like,
you
we've
guys,
always heard that like
people
people
like from here.
Yeah.
No, I'll be honest. There's like I know at least like with going out, everyone always just like if something goes wrong, it had to be a local that you know what I'm saying. So like it's because you guys invite. It's because you let the locals in. It's because they're not human or something. It's like dude, it's like I don't know how you expect me to like not just like okay, he goes to Merced College. It's not like the end of the world. He's just trying to like just have fun. You know,
like you're still our age trying to have fun.
Yeah, he's still our age. You know, as long as he doesn't have a gun, he doesn't have a knife, and you know he's above the age 18, and you know because I'm trying to do any weird stuff. But as long as all that's all all set, then it's like you know. Just like come get
come hang out.
Yeah, just come get lit. You know why do I gotta? Why does it have
to be like a whole?
Why do I gotta like? What is this? I don't even know what the word. Discriminate.
Yeah.
Discriminate. No, okay. Why I gotta discriminate them just because they're local? I don't know. So it's all just like fucked up. So I don't know because everyone always says.
Because I think it's just our perspective, or like we've heard it for so long that we're just like, oh, that's so. As we assume that everybody. Thinks
I don't know. You guys.
I mean?
I don't know. They just think
we make our own narrative though. You guys don't like us, right? But you said something too, like it's so far away. And so like there's no like collaboration. Like there is some collaboration with the town and the UC, right? But it kind of feels like it's like we should be going to all your guys' like sporting events and shit. Like it feels like that.
But that's just part of like there's
not a lot of sporting events.
There's not a lot of sporting events. You know what I'm saying?
What is it? Just basketball?
Yeah, we had like a basketball
soccer too a little bit.
The soccer team's pretty good. The basketball teams aren't too bad.
Oh, volleyball.
It's just like it's NAIA. So it's not. I don't know.
It's not the highest.
It's not quite NCAA.
It's not like we have like a big stadium or arena or nothing.
And it doesn't feel like we're like bigger college towns. It's like let's all go to the stadium for
like
the event, right?
Yeah. Anything. It's like you park in the parking lot. It's like you're probably getting a ticket. That's what you're looking forward to, or not. Looking forward to is when you come back and there's not one. Oh my god.
We don't respect taps here either. Don't worry.
Y'all don't fuck with taps either.
What is taps?
It's like the parking enforcement.
Dude, he got me back to back 3 days in a row. Yeah, dude, it was bad.
He's probably looking for your car, man. He's
nowadays he is. I got a homie who's got like 70 tickets.
What happens if you just don't pay them? They don't let you graduate?
No, I can tell you. They look it up and then they start sending it to your house based on the registration.
Oh, like they'll send it to your...
I don't know because I've paid all of mine. So...
And what?
Yeah,
but it's probably dumb expensive for a parking pass.
It's like $63 a ticket.
It's not that bad. No, the tickets are stupid. It's like $63. I got a ticket out in Santa Cruz, dude. Honestly, the fourth day, I got 4 tickets in a row. I got a Santa Cruz ticket, and it was $38. But those are all 63. And then like if you don't pay them because I know. You know what I'm saying? You know, refuse. Then it goes up to like 113.
But what does a parking pass cost?
Oh, like $130
total.
Yeah, just like
that's. Not bad.
I thought it was more, yeah.
But each semester, it's like 160 each semester. Yeah. No, it's not bad. It's just the issue is like when you like show up late and then you get one ticket and then you get another one.
Then they stack onto the compound.
Right, the compound. And then it's like you can't buy the next parking pass.
Because you have to pay the tickets. And at that point, you're like, I'm not going to buy.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So.
But most of the time you come out of class and you wouldn't get... Want to get a ticket?
No. You could be pretty good.
Yeah.
At one point too, I had like 40 tickets. So I was like, dude, bring them over.
40 tickets.
Yeah. So he said this was last year, so he's 70 now. And I said, yo, bring them over. Let's just siphon the times and the locations of where you're at, and let's try to figure out his route. Because then we get an idea of where I could park without having to deal with it. Honestly, I could have just bought a pass,
but this was more fun.
This was way more calculated. I was like, dude, I gotta figure.
Yeah, we could just throw parties, or we can make a whole.
LeGrand Lot's good for 1 to 3 p.m. and then I go over Bellevue. If I'm coming in the morning, it's green. Library, anything 5:30 in a pass, you're good. He doesn't come back.
Oh,
he does his last spin through at like 5:30, 5:45.
So night classes were good.
You don't have to
pay. You're good. Good night classes, you're good.
You used to have like a 3-hour night class.
I used to have one. It was like 7 to 9, but like I don't know. At some point, you just stop going. So.
Every night class. Well, I feel like every night, like I used to do. For some reason, I feel like I had to always do night classes, but it'd be like 7 to 9:50, which seems like a fucking crazy like.
That's
Yeah,
long.
no, my
It'd be
brother.
3 hours once a week though.
What is it? Just lecture for 3 hours?
Or like
So then they give you like
lab.
20-minute break and then
Oh,
you
yeah,
come
so
back.
like a
But
lab,
it's
they
because
make
you're only
it
going once a
mandatory.
week for like one semester.
I would have left
so.
right
Yeah.
at that break.
No, my brother had one. It was like 7 to like 10:30.
yeah, you know what
Yeah, mandatory too. So
It's like, what are you guys talking? Like, how is this good for anybody for
Dude, that's-
learning? But
I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm like, dude, you picked to be an engineer. Like you should have thought ahead. Like, you knew this was gonna be like this is how it's gonna end up. Like
that's crazy. And then, so your brother being here, I guess your brother didn't even go to show you was your brother here and then COVID happened though?
Yeah. So he was here for like a little bit. Then it happened like almost immediately, and then
And then he moved home, right?
Yeah, so it's like he never.
He was here for one semester, basically, right?
Yeah, practically like quarter.
And then you both came back together.
Yeah, we both
starting.
came back together. Yeah,
He was like, "All right, I'm here with my little brother."
Yeah.
That's cool. You get along with him, and everything.
Oh,
cool
dude,
with him.
yeah, dude, that's
Best friend?
Yeah, probably best friend. Like, you know, I don't know. You guys have any siblings?
I have 2 sisters,
Okay,
but
yeah.
he's my brother basically.
Wait, like younger or older?
The 2 older sisters.
Okay,
So I'm the
so
baby.
you're young. Okay, so I'm the baby too. I got 5 siblings.
Oh damn, really?
Yeah. So I have because Jesse, Alexis, Brooke, and then I believe it or not, but my brother's names are
What are they?
it's Austin and Justin.
Austin, Justin, and Dustin, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I swear to God.
Like dipped in the well too many times. They're like,
Yeah.
all right,
They just-
whatever rhymes
Your parents
now.
are like, whatever. This last one, huh?
yeah.
Austin, Dustin.
It's just like they probably got to me. It was just like it'd be funny.
That's funny. How many siblings do you got?
I just got one younger brher. So
You're the old.
I'm
you're
the oldest.
older one. Huh?
Yeah. So I had to break the ground with my parents. You know.
Yeah, you're the one who had to get the. Well, your parents seem pretty cool in the sense of like they just want what's best for you, huh?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean,
I always feel like the oldest always kind of have a harder time of like doing things,
especially when the younger kid's the favorite child. You know? You know, they get
I think
spoiled.
I think it's natural because then they're
Nah,
like,
that's
oh,
not true. That's not true. No.
Listen, you don't understand what it's like to be the
you wouldn't
youngest.
get it,
You wouldn't
bro.
get it, Darcy. Okay?
like-
It's hard being the favorite. Okay.
There's so much pressure. So much pressure. You know, it's just they always just want you to do the best.
Yeah.
Do the
It's hard to
best.
keep up.
Dustin's like, I need this podcast, Micah, man. Come on, man. Like, look at me, I'm successful. I was like, I need this UC student on my podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm like. Finally, but and so then. Let's talk about your Thrive event, kind of, right? So, like, because I think, like, you were telling me, like, off camera, like, in the beginning, it was like, party, let's have fun, you know? And then you're kind of like, well, I kind of want to actually do something with this platform, right?
Yeah,
Like, you don't want to just...
Yeah, let's like have an impact. No, like an impact beyond like just like trying to do cool shit. It was just
Attention Central Valley farmers, agribusinesses, and dairy owners. M-Mig Construction understands that your operation is the backbone to America's food supply, and they're here to help you thrive. They specialize in designing, fabricating, and erecting high-quality structures tailored to your needs. Rooted in Atwater, the heart of the Central Valley, they bring unmatched expertise, efficiency, and craftsmanship to every dairy, ag, and commercial construction project. Whether you're building from the ground up or renovating an existing structure, they work with you to turn your vision into a reality. Call M-Mig Construction today at 209-724-9488 or visit mmigconstruction.com. Trust a team that values quality, reliability, and has the trust of our community. You know what I love? Vanessa's Ice Cream Shop. And for 20 years, they've been serving the sweet taste of tradition. They specialize in authentic Michoacan-style ice cream and paletas. Elias Figueroa learned the craft in ice cream shops across Mexico, and now he brings that same passion and tradition to our community here. Visit Vanessa's Ice Cream Shop at 7020 Walnut Avenue in Winton, California, or 710 Carroll Avenue in Merced. And remember to treat yourself to something truly special. Vanessa's Ice Cream Shop.
another way to like show opportunity, but also like be able to include more like local communities and like it's one thing to be like, yo, I'm gonna show you like what I do and what's cool. It's another thing to be like, yo, let me get you come over here, you come over here. Like let's
planning something is
put it all
actually
together and like planning and like coordinating, executing. Like we had like I had a bunch of local vendors come out. And we had like 13 different acts that came up. We had like 5 different bands, just like local student performers, and then just like there was like a high school jazz band that I had perform. Like they each had like 30, 25 minutes.
And when
sets.
you're reaching out to people, how do you get the word out? How are you reaching out to like these different
it was
people?
primarily through Instagram. Instagram, paid advertising. We just had like a QR code, LinkedIn, Merdead Entertainment, LinkedIn, tab in, hiring interns. But yeah. So it was mainly through Instagram. Had like a little interest form. People submitted through there. We probably got like 60 responses. But it was all like that was like vendors, everyone.
Random,
just random people. And then it was just like straight cold DMing. And just like, similar to how I just hit you up as well. It was just like straight up just hitting people up. People finding people within the community and seeing like who would want to be involved and just boom, just texting.
I remember I laughed because you're like, you sent me one and you're like, oh shit, wrong one. I meant reposted, not not do you want to be a vendor?
Yeah, that's fine.
No, I do that same shit too because when you're just like, you're like, all right, I got to get this. Let me send this to 10 people right now. Quick.
It's just like the easiest way to like just like market it because most of the times you just like ask someone to repost it, go do it.
Yeah.
And people are pretty cool, so I don't know, at least in my opinion.
No, I was going to say, but, most people here wanted to like grow, want the community to grow.
But it was cool that we had for the Thrive event, we had the Mayor Matt Serrato. He came out, and then the Vice Chancellor
of the UC, right?
The UC. Her name is very hard to pronounce, so I couldn't even say it.
Vice Chancellor UC.
Vice Chancellor of Internal Affairs. It's like.
I couldn't even say it. I don't even
And
know.
then the mascot came out, Rufus.
Oh, no, I saw that. I'm not saying it. Honestly, I was like, that might be the coolest part about this event.
Dude, that shit was hella cool. No. He came out. I was like, oh, dude, no way. But it was funny because we got to take a photo with the mayor. And I don't know. I just thought it was like, I don't know. It's just like,
full circle. Like,
full circle to be like, I don't know, just like he doesn't even know like who we are, like what we do, like it's no PR. I was just like, he's holding he was holding our hat and a dope dude, like super nice. And he was just like, oh yeah, this is really cool. Like I appreciate you guys doing this and giving me the chance to speak. But I know, I just thought it was funny. It's like, dude, he doesn't even know how many like resources they probably wasted on like trying to shut down a Merdead party. Like
I honestly think you guys threw one by my old house. I used to live off of like M Street past the JC, and one time I fucking went down. Like I was just coming home, like I normally do, like at like 10 o'clock, and it was like there was no parking anywhere, and it was like there was like 100 kids in front of this house. Not kids, but you know what I mean. Younger people in front of this house, and I was just like, "What the fuck is going on, dude?" And then I even had like walking with my wife, and I'm like, "Bro, like there's the biggest party that I've seen. That's just like
let's go over."
So it was popping in over there. No, yeah, we were like, dude, because the one we hosted over there, dude, probably had like.
You said
I think it was like
800 or something.
Oh yeah, no, we had like 850 people there, paying customers at a very a reasonable price, and we had we had like 9 cop cars come and shut it down.
Well, that makes sense if you understand, right?
Yeah. No, I get it, but So we had all the permits though for.
Oh really?
Yeah,
you had permits and everything?
Yeah. So we'll. So we got the permits for it, like, dance.
Well, they just tell everybody to go home?
Event.
They're cool about like that kind of, or no?
Yeah. It was more like storm into the property. Let me like check it out. So, but
no, they just came in.
Yeah, it wasn't really much stop. I mean, when 9 cops come, there's not really.
Everyone just dipped though.
Yeah. No, I mean, like we had to shut down at like 1. It was like 12:55. It's like they were like pre-gaming the shutdown. Like, you can't go a minute over. So, but I mean, it's cool though. It's like now it's like we used to get shut down all the time, and now it's like I found a way to like host the party and not get shut down.
Well, because you're technically doing it legally, right? Is that the?
It is legal. There's nothing illegal about it. Yeah. Because we get insurance, liability, all the permits, and and we get the fire marshal to sign off as sergeant.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
but it's kind of cool. So I feel like on the surface it might look like, hey, like this guy does parties, right? But you're like, I feel like you throughout the process of like throwing them, you've grown in the sense of like, I went from like just doing house parties to actually figuring out how to legitimately do it. You actually got performers at these, right? Too. I think we should say that.
Yeah, I had we had Bankroll Hayden come out for one event. And I was like,
you had GB performing like at right?
Actually, you're right.
Yeah, right.
GB,
so I saw like a couple
GB shows. GB shows hella love. Dope dude. So he performed. He's performed quite twice for us.
You're right. I've seen like a couple times.
Yeah. He came out with he intro for Bankroll Hayden that we did. That was funny that we did. We had him whole perform in like a house.
Yeah.
Like he just performed on like the top
on the stairs, right?
Yeah, just on the second floor. Yeah. It was just like I felt bad because it like wasn't like exactly what I wanted. But
like you're like
it's so tough to like at that point it was tough to find like finding like big open locations that you can like host these social community events in. So it was just one of those things.
And then how do you like because you started like saying like you're like you get in contact with like these different artists and things like that. So how do you
just gotta know a guy.
You just gotta know a guy.
Yeah, you just gotta know the right guy. But sometimes you could just like most of these artists just have like their manager in their bio. You just hit them up.
Yeah.
Or like One Take Jay. I just DM'd him. I was just like, hey, like how much? Merced May 15th. You just gotta be ready with the info. Like I was like, yo, March 17th,
give me a quote. Yeah.
How much? 30. This long duration. I need you from here to there. How much? What's the deal? And he'll be like, it's 10K. All right, cool. Okay. Well, probably not gonna have to. We'll probably do something else.
Yeah, but good to know.
Good to know.
But you're saying you just to throw it out there, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what people like ask me with the podcast too. They're like, "How do you get blah blah?" Like, cause we got like La Russell on and stuff like that. And they're like, "How do you get La Russell on?" I was like, I literally just like
that's a good. He does like all those raps.
Yeah, he does on the backyard shows and everything like that. And one of our good friends, Mally, his podcast will be coming out after this one. But he's on tour with him and everything like that. And then he's cool with GB too. So it's just like being cool with people who are cool with somebody else. And then when he came on the podcast, he was like, you played it like cool. Like cause I texted him once, like asked him if he wanted to do it. He said, yeah, he's down. Yeah. I followed up with him like once, like the week of, and he was like, yeah. And then he was like, you played it really cool. You acted like it's cool if you don't do it, blah, blah. And then it ended up like last minute ended up happening. And I was like, cool, fuck yeah.
Yeah. I got a homie. His name's Connor. He's a dope dude. He's kind of like not like our guy, but like just like one of the friends.
He's tapped in.
No, he's super tapped in. He's like funny enough, he's actually a UC student too. That's how I met him. I met him because he was like the competitor. He came up here, started throwing parties too.
You're like, who's this guy in my territory, man?
Who's this guy? We actually like.
But then you're like, oh, he's cool.
Being like, it was like kind of like opposition.
You're ops at first, right?
We were total ops, and then eventually like
you're both like, oh, we're both cool guys that just want to throw parties.
Literally, it was
like that realization.
Yeah, it was literally just like, dude, it would be so much more beneficial. Like we're both like business partners, so like so much more beneficial if we just like work together rather than working apart. And since then, like he does like a lot of cool shit, but he does like just like management. Like he has this little page. It's called, or not little, but it's called Managed, and he does like artist management, and he does like a lot of publicists and PR stuff. So yeah, so he knows a couple people, and he's just he's a very hard worker though. The guy grinds.
That's cool. Is he graduating too or no?
No, dude, he's like he just turned. He's like a junior. He's
okay, gotcha.
I think he's a sophomore right now.
So it's just like being in the industry and then trying to figure out.
You gotta be a dog.
Yeah, just figure shit out. Yeah, because I'm sure people always ask you like, how do you do this or blah blah. Like do other students and stuff, or no?
Yeah, no, people definitely.
Because like people always ask me like, hey, how do you do all this shit? Blah blah. I'm like, I figure it out.
I just do it.
Yeah. It's like I don't know actually. Like if I don't know something, I figure it out and then I'll do it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not like you're
like.
Too much like thought process into it. Like when
why do you think you're so driven though to do it?
I think it's just like my parents, like my mom, my dad, because it's like I don't know, like I'm a little more privileged than others, so it's like to acknowledge that and to be like, dude, if I was given this opportunity from my parents and whatnot, and I can't one up them, then I am a bomb. You know what I'm saying? It's just like if there's no way, my mom came from like, she didn't even graduate high school. You know what I'm saying?
And they
my dad
set
went
you
straight
up
to the military, and they like took so much sacrifice and and like I'm fucking like couldn't succeed because I was playing Fortnite for too long. Like, you know what I'm saying? Dude, you know what I'm saying? It's like I got no struggles, done as much responsibilities, and I'm just complaining nowadays.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that's almost like our whole culture, like with like the scrolling and everything else that you know what I mean? It's just like,
so
yeah, exactly. That like there are those people who don't have your mindset, and like 4 years will go by and they're just scrolling doing nothing. You know what I mean?
No, I definitely. Oh yeah, I mean, even then, like still nowadays, you catch yourself.
Oh no! I'm so bad. Like no, I'm still so bad. But I just think about people who are like we're legitimately like letting the shit go by. Like there's video games and scrolling.
You know,
and
it's become one of those things because like I've been watching like I don't even watch like really like TV or shows like that. I just more just watch YouTube. Right. So I've always kind of like had this idea of like wanting to be like more in front of the camera, but like like working these other shows and doing all that, it was like. Being behind the camera, so used to like seeing behind the scenes, it'd be cool to like put that together, and then like there's so much like just like being afraid of like what people think, right? What people think, and like being seen in front. I don't know. It's just like that sort of like.
Yeah. No. What? And I think I like what you're doing because like.
Hey, are you looking to boost your business without the cost of purchasing an expensive ATM or dealing with processing? Cal Central ATM Company has you covered. They provide free ATMs, yes, that's right, free ATMs to businesses like dispensaries, liquor stores, gas stations, barbershops, and more. Reach out today and ask about their wireless card readers. Save money and streamline your transactions with ease and without the card reader fees. Let Cal Central ATM help your business grow. You can reach them today at calcentral23@gmail.com. With personalized care, experienced therapists, and a focus on helping you move better and feel better, Valley Performance Physical Therapy is the go-to spot for all your rehabilitation and wellness needs. They don't just treat symptoms, they get to the root of the problem so you can get back to doing what you love, pain-free. You can reach them at 209-626-5350 to schedule an appointment and are located at 1180 West Olive Avenue in Merced. You know you got to support local by spending local? Trans-County Title is your only locally veteran-owned and operated title company. They have been serving Merced County since 1985 and are ready to help you with your next escrow transaction. By choosing Trans-County Title, your dollars stay local. They are members of local organizations developed to support and improve our community. They offer amazing marketing tools to their agents to better assist you with a smooth transaction and also provide you with the best customer service. Because at Trans-County Title, our service is the difference.
Like right now, the younger generation, it says like they're going out less, and we're not cutting in yet, don't worry. But like they're going out less, and they're just being less social in public because of social media. But like you're like changing the narrative of like I feel like because like I do see it in the sense of like people go out less,
Yeah. Darcy, you think people go out less nowadays?
I think it really depends on It's really tough to say because personally with me, I'm a very social guy. I'm a very extrovert guy, so I like to be going out. But I do see...
Sorry, I'm going to adjust it.
Oh, no worries.
You're good.
I do see our generation taking in control of being an introvert in a sense. So like, for example, like, I don't know, I think like, have you guys heard of like drop shipping?
Yeah.
I think a lot of kids these days who are like an introvert kind of go to that and kind of gravitate towards that and find different hobbies, which I'm not saying is a bad thing.
Yeah,
they
it's
find
like
some great hobbies.
unique, innovative.
100%. But I do think that I believe that nowadays a lot of people are trying to go out more.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people just they like the idea of going out and they like spinning that narrative that they go out and they're able to like work hard, whatnot. But I think it's just nothing more than like more. A lot of it's just more of just like selling an image nowadays. Like I feel like everyone's just trying to like make it seem like they live the coolest life.
Yeah, Instagram or like whatever
just like
everybody
Instagram,
posts.
social media, or anything in that regard. I mean, I don't think that says for everyone, but like I don't think like it's slowing down. I feel like it's just gotten more degenerate. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like casinos is more popular. I feel like more people are gambling.
Online sports gambling like came out of like
dude. Like did you get a free $1 a day when you were 18 to bet on a parlay?
Was that what you guys did?
That's what we do every day.
Oh yeah, we get free $3 every day.
You get a free $1 every day. You sign up. I mean, use my link. At price. You roll into the promo.
You got me. I'm listening.
It's $50 promo. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about like whatever. It's $1 a day, or is it like whatever you put in, they match it?
They give you $1 just like to keep you playing.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, to really hook you fucking on it.
Because I sent like a little 13-legger. Like, oh, dude, if this one hits, I'll be up.
13-legger. A little 13-legger.
Yeah, just a little 13-legger.
I'm a victim.
This guy.
Yeah, I got one running.
Is that like crazy? Because I know it's popular, but like, is it like extra popular?
Oh, dude, yeah, for sure. Honestly, it's kind of predatory because it's like they're I feel like these gambling companies are getting even better at just like marketing. Catering to like it's like intentionally catering to like younger people.
It's like
Prize Picks is just like everywhere, and it's just like it's
like when it's like Jake Paul, or when you know what I mean, when it's like all these people that are like
Drake
their
too.
audience is 18-year-olds basically, or like, you know what I mean, or like even younger or a little bit older, but still, it's just like that's what they want. Like,
yeah, they just want all the money, and it's just like, oh well, I mean, these guys got all the money.
And it doesn't feel that like it doesn't feel like gambling. You know what I mean? Because you can sports gamble on your phone, press buttons, and like it doesn't feel like you're gambling. Where
and that's the worst part.
But if you're a casino and you want to go up and put money on, it's like it's almost that was the fun part, because it was like the thrill was like, I'm doing this, I'm placing this bet, and I know that I'm paying my money. Where it's like now it's electronically pressing a button, and it's like not the same dopamine that like.
Yeah, it's not.
We're talking about the dopamine of fucking gambling, but yeah.
I'm saying it's not the same at all, bro. At the end of the day, because like, dude, you hit like a $500 hand at the blackjack table, and there's nothing that's more thrilling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you go and you like,
because everyone's like rooting with you.
I'm spinning this little thing. Or,
No,
or like, I guess like the worst is like, have you ever played Crash?
I've never played Crash.
so.
No.
No, you don't know Crash. So Crash is basically like you just like put $1 in, and it's like this random number generator, and it just like go up until it crashes, and you just like wait to like pick out whatever. So it's just like how greedy are you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But like one time it was like I had it in like, you know, it goes to like 80x, so it'll just go up. Like it'll go, it could go up to like to 1,000. You know, you never know. And if you keep like $4, 4 times 1,000, that's $4
Yeah.
But it's pretty bad. It's getting pretty bad. Yeah, it's getting pretty bad.
But that's popular with like you guys do parlays with each other and shit.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Every
day.
Send,
It's bad to say.
the
It's a daily routine. Wake up, take the pics.
Send the slips in. Yeah, you know, it's just the group chat. It's the future world leaders that we have.
And that's what you guys.
Yo, one of these 13-leggers has to hit.
Yeah.
Imagine how.
And then we'll think what we can do.
I said, imagine how many beers we could buy for the party.
They're like, no, we got to split it, dude.
That's how we measure it all. It's like, you know, it's like $21. So you get like,
you guys up? You guys think you're up all time?
No.
Oh, down. Negative. We're in the red.
No. Maybe at the actual casino, it might be up a little bit.
But online,
yeah, even then.
Well, I feel like it's too easy almost. Like,
yeah, would you? Do you gamble?
like I did the whole thing where it's like I put $100, they matched me 100, and then I'm up from that.
Or just like, no, I'm saying like in general.
Oh, like
like blackjack.
Oh yeah, I
like
like a roulette honestly more than anything. I feel like I can understand how I'm winning with roulette, where some other things I'm just like, I just feel like they love blackjack. I want to love
21.
it. Yeah, I want to love it, but every time I'm like, I don't know.
He brought us up on a gambling documentary.
Oh my god, I was in a gambling documentary.
Yeah.
I went to New York.
Wait. What were you, the victim?
No, dude, I'm literally just I won a free trip to New York. A long story short, I bought a sandwich and I went to New York.
Okay.
And then
just to buy a sandwich.
Yeah, my friend. It sounds so
Fresno.
weird. Yeah, my friend owns this bodega in Fresno that they serve chopped cheese and stuff like that. And then so because they're based a New York style restaurant, they're giving away a free trip to New York with them. And so I went.
And you won.
Yeah, I won it.
Oh,
yeah.
what are the chances of that?
Yeah,
Your friend's spot. Okay. Well,
I mean, yeah, he came on this podcast too, so I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
that's how we met, though. Like we just met
for
through
sure.
we weren't.
When's the next one? Maybe I should.
Yeah, exactly. But we're about to go see the Knicks play last year, and we're right in front, and we see this guy with a camera, and they're doing interviewing these people, and I'm like, what the fuck are they doing over here? And we're already a little drunk, and then they're like, oh, we're doing a documentary about sports gambling. Can we ask you a couple questions? I was like, oh, that's fine. And then I just say in it, I'm like, my wife's or I guess our uncle now calls us, and he's like, Micah's on TV. He's on TV. He's on. I was like, what are you talking about? And then it's just this documentary, and I'm just gonna play it because it's just gonna be easier.
He goes, yeah, all my slips and pics you can find on Central Valley Podcast.
He's like, I don't gamble much, but these degenerates that I
basically was like, but my friends do.
Yeah.
I was like, and some of them lose every fucking time, so I don't know why they keep going. But they
could be me.
it all.
Could be about me then.
Do you guys do stock options? Even worse. Okay, you don't need to get into that. Because that's I feel like that's another thing that everyone's just pushed in, just trading
Crypto.
Oh yeah,
which is even more degenerate.
Well, I guess it's
because we
did do crypto.
Guessing,
for a while.
just guessing if it's going up or down. Well, at least I guess the way I'm doing it is pretty degenerate, but.
Stock options are scary.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
dude. No,
I
I
can
can lose.
lose.
Oh my
I can
God.
lose more than the money I have.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh shit.
Yeah, just don't sell any calls or puts. You'll be good.
Yeah.
You'll just lose it the other way. That's at least how I go about it.
Nah, we did crypto early and
Oh,
then,
it's so early.
But we bought when it was like
You
hella
weren't
high.
invested in Pepe and Doge?
No, that
how
was
you
way
guys-
before that.
No, it was like way, yeah.
We did a lot of like XRP.
XRP. I have XRP still somewhere. I don't
dude,
know if I do have.
I don't
it.
know that account might be gone.
Yeah, I think that company does.
it was like a
Oh, no
Korean
way.
account.
Coinbase, right? I'm pretty sure it's like nothing anymore.
No, Coinbase is still gone.
Yeah.
Is it?
You're talking like Binance or something?
no.
It was Binance.
Oh, Binance. That's what it was. I was gonna say it's something where like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
hadn't had
that
access to
dude
it
got
forever,
cooked,
and
yeah.
so like.
You probably have like a pretty solid.
Well, I saw
Dude,
the other day. The other day,
Dude,
no,
what'd you get it at? Because like,
I got it like
We got it at
like
when Bitcoin
7
was
years ago,
14,000.
something
holy
like.
shit, dude.
It's like
got that
250 now. Yeah.
low. Yeah, but they.
But it's still not that. But like, even if it was 250 and I got it at like 10 cents, I mean, it's still a lot. But
10
it's
cents. There's no way it was 10 cents 7 years ago, right?
No. We bought it
yeah.
into Bitcoin when it was like 10,000.
oh no, not Bitcoin. Sorry, I was talking about like
Yeah.
XRP specifically.
Mm.
No, not XRP. Not XRP. I'm thinking of something else.
Ethereum or something.
Ripple.
Maybe Ripple.
Is that Ripple? Is
I thought
not-
that was
that's
like
literally-
XRP, isn't
Ripple
it?
is
That's
XRP,
yeah, right?
Soul?
Yeah, I don't know.
Solana was on it. Yeah.
Finance advice from the.
Yeah, yeah.
We're all asking you. Excuse me. Fuck, I'm gonna find this. Oh my gosh.
I used to have a whole Ethereum and then I sold it. And now I look at it and I was like, oh, what an idiot. I could have had so much.
Yeah, he's selling. Should he?
That's like my cousin sold
He's-
Bitcoin.
he's fucking
I mean,
handing
he
out
sold it at a good
Bitcoin.
amount because he bought it at like 2,000. My cousin
Wow.
was in early. Yeah, he bought like two of them, and then he sold them both. I think when they hit like, what are they at now?
100.
Bitcoin's 100,000.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. Like he probably doesn't. Sorry, Austin, but he probably
Crying in the club.
now. I mean, but I think he like sold for like 15 each, which like. I get, but he traveled the world for that, so that's. I guess that's a good. You know what I mean? Like, because during COVID, he was in Vietnam. Vietnam never shut down. He was just living life like
Cheat code.
yeah, and then as soon as Vietnam shut down, he moved back, and it was like the perfect like. But it was actually one of those things where I was like, "What the fuck?" Like the whole world shut down, and he's just
Yeah,
every
he's just
day
mobbing.
just fucking going, dude.
Getting lit over there.
Yeah.
Surprised it didn't shut down.
Ever,
Especially over there.
He had the time of his life, it looked like.
dude.
Especially in Asia.
Yeah.
Like, I know Japan was pretty strict. I know they would not let me in. That's for sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, like, because I have family out there, and I try to go back, but since we live in America, that was kind of an issue with us trying to go into Japan. So they were like, nah, only Japan citizens. So
Dang, that's 2020 though, or what?
yeah, that was like 2021, I want to say.
Oh, but still early after. I think probably right. That's got to be the reason more than.
Yeah, they were just like super strict. Even if I have family out there too, they're just like, no, sorry.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I gotta ask, who would be like for two separate answers for Duffy and Micah? I was like, who'd be like dream podcast
Guest?
guest? Yeah,
Josh Allen.
Josh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
Why?
He's
from
around
here. He's from
Josh Allen?
Fireball.
You're talking about like Buffalo Bills?
Buffalo
Yeah.
Bills quarterback. He's from Fireball, which is like 45
Oh,
minutes
really?
away.
Okay.
And like in the sense
He's
of
been at the Bills so long. I just thought he was from Buffalo.
yeah. But we made like fucking promos and shit, like, and we like always reference him in every promo,
Oh.
and like that's just like
You guys watch football? You guys
that or Nate Diaz is like my other one.
Really?
Yeah, like
That'd
those
be
are
really
like
cool.
I mean those are like the guests I want from here. You know what I mean? That are from the
Okay,
area.
okay.
Like,
Okay, I see what you because you do cater more to the Central Valley.
yeah, exactly.
What
So
about, you was the one Xavier Worthy? He's from out here.
yeah, Xavier Worthy, yeah, like that'd be cool.
Worthy,
And so like those are the type of people. It's like my other buddy has a freaking podcast called Bring the Juice, and it's in Fresno. And he was his brother just got drafted by the Chiefs actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But you see that?
Yeah,
yeah.
that's pretty
Fucking.
cool.
But he has like he's
Yeah, they're
fucking.
washed though. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, dude, I'm so over the Chiefs. I fucking can't. I can't handle it anymore.
I'm a Ravens fan.
Ravens,
Yeah, Baltimore.
dude. I'm like.
Super
I want you guys to
random,
win more than one game in the playoffs once.
I always draft
I'm not saying I
Next
like.
topic. Next topic.
I literally no. I'm saying I want you to, and it's like.
yeah. Who do you like? Who do you like?
I mean, the thing is, it's like
Okay, yeah,
I like the
you know it's
Niners, but the
bad.
thing is,
Okay.
like, I like root for the Bills more now. Like,
Okay,
literally,
so
just
you
because.
bandwagon. I
Yeah,
got you.
yeah. No, not even that. It's just like a fucking. It's Josh Allen, dude. I just want him to fucking. Dude, we made a whole fucking hype whenever they they were playing the Chiefs and everything like that. Like, and it was like a whole video. Like, I just like made this giant like promo of just hyping him up. And then it's just so annoying because like anything.
Did he respond?
No, he doesn't. No, he's never responded. But I do know
Right now?
Please.
I've done that. One of my friends was like, one of my friends works with his dad and was like, here's his dad's number. I was like, I'm not going to reach out to his fucking dad.
You'll never believe. His dad's like, you'll never believe who reached out.
You're going to blow up after this.
Yeah.
Forget all your other accolades, okay? Yeah. He just won. What did he win? Like fucking football?
MVP.
Yeah, MVP.
I was there.
You were there?
Yeah, at the NFL. I did the flow, the talent flow, right? It's the
and so
house
you
right.
like, so when you're doing like these events at these things, how are you even connected to like do this, apply for this, or you know what I mean?
My mom. I'm just a nepo baby.
Hell yeah.
But like, so
but I work hard.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, at the same point,
But
one point,
I like that you're like kind of are owning, like, you know what I mean? You're
I mean, how else? There's no other way to word it.
Yeah.
And you can't really run from it or hide from it. But I don't want to say like nepo is like must hire. Da da da. Like it's still gotta like earn your spot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really have to like. It's like a gift and a curse because it's like you could take it and waste it and just be like ungrateful, or you could just like try to do the most of the opportunity you have and try to like do bigger and better and try to be doing some cool shit, just shut the street down type shit,
Yeah, and honestly, that's why I was like, okay, like because I did see you do like a normal community event. I was like, okay, at least they're out here doing something that's not just like, because all I knew prior to like meeting you was like, I see this Merdead thing on the internet, and it looks like they're throwing parties. Like
yeah, no, that's what it was.
Yeah.
No, well, I mean, I'm bringing in staging. We're programming the lights.
No, and it looked cool. It wasn't like and that's my thing. That the reason it stuck out is that it wasn't like a fucking somebody's Instagram video doing it. You know what I mean? Like I'm saying, like it's a legit like nightclub type party.
You're trying to make it look cool.
Yeah, no, exactly, and that's why I think I was like, and I kept seeing it pop up, and I was like, man, like, and then
I have to pop out. It would be a little weird, maybe.
That's okay.
Not yet.
Oh yeah. It has to be a reason.
I have to be like a festival or something.
Yeah,
something cool.
Yeah,
that's next.
Yeah, I don't know, but
I was gonna say, are you guys NBA fans by chance?
Yeah, we like NBA.
If you guys know Jalen Green,
he's from
he's from
here,
he went to Merced High.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he's from around here too.
Yeah. Fucking.
If it wasn't like if it wasn't like a Central Valley, like.
Well, Duffy, do you have an answer for who your dream guest would be?
Yeah, it was me right
Sorry.
Josh Allen he
instantly was like that too? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bryson DeChambeau's
Bryson DeChambeau would be
He went to
cool.
Clovis.
Yeah.
What if they were like anybody, or just like speaking to, or actually even better question, 500,000 a dinner with Jay-Z.
I'm taking 500,000. I don't have I don't have the business acumen to use
Jay-Z.
I already heard.
I mean, I guess if I could have a podcast with Jay-Z, it probably might be worth more. Yeah. He's like eating. I'm like, hold on, let me put your mic up. He's like, what? I'm like, I'm not fucking wasting this, bro. This is content, okay?
Yeah, come on. Fuck this $500,000 shoot.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, exactly. But anybody? Fuck. I'm trying to think anybody. Who do I fucking like? I don't know. Maybe like, it'd be somebody random, but like I would like Adam Sandler or like somebody like fucking like a Will Ferrell would be fucking dope.
Cool.
Fucking.
Will Ferrell would be crazy.
Chappelle, like certain
like Bill Burr.
Yeah. I like Tom Segura. Tom Segura's good.
Ryan Reynolds, maybe?
Ryan Reynolds. Be like, what's up, man? Why are you fucking being all weird with Blake and
just drag him into all that and make him talk about it again.
Fucking
sneak up on him. What about you, Duffy? What about you?
Tim Robinson. You guys know who Tim Robinson is?
Yeah.
I Think You Should Leave. Have you seen I Think You Should Leave? It's like a sketch comedy show on Netflix.
Yeah. No.
He does like
your brother told me about this. He does like those
What the fuck?
That's what him.
Yeah,
but
he does like the random pranks like in like real life too, right?
No, I don't think so.
Like,
No,
that
might be Nathan Fielder, right?
Nathan Fielder would be funny.
Yeah, but
maybe.
I'm talking about Eric Andre.
Oh, you're talking about Eric Andre. Yeah.
That would
like
be,
very similar, like
such
humor.
a hard show to do.
I couldn't do that type of shit. Like he's just so good. He's just so good at not breaking character, and
I love that.
He did that
show.
whole movie. Did you see that movie where it was just like all skits, but it was like a live shot? No, you got.
I've seen it.
I don't know the name of it, but it's on Netflix.
Okay, we'll check it out then. That and then, but Tim Robinson does this thing called "I Think You Should Leave." It's just sketch comedy.
No,
And so,
I've heard of that. My
Yeah.
brother put me on that. He does like just like it's weird shit.
yeah.
Very like.
Yeah, very weird shit, basically. Like, it's just, like, obscure shit. Like, that, like, shouldn't be funny. Or, like, you know what I mean?
It's
like,
just like awkward shit.
yeah, basically. And everything ends with, like, the vibe of, like, I think you should leave is, like, the vibe of, like, every sketch. But that's, like, pretty much our shit. Who do you guys fuck with? Like, who are your age? Like, you know what I mean? Like, who's your, like, if you were going to have, like, somebody at a perform or,
Dude,
like,
dude, it might be a crazy answer, especially with everything. But I think it would be, no, I don't even know. I think it'd be really cool to, like, pick someone's brain. I think it'd be cool to, like, okay, maybe not cool is the right word, but I think it'd be interesting to talk to Kanye.
Yeah.
Like, just to, like, one-on-one and just, like, actually, like,
As long as he doesn't wear the robe again.
well, it doesn't have to be recorded.
The black
just, like,
robe is pretty
off-camera,
crazy.
Like,
Yeah.
like just like
pick
I
his
don't know,
brain.
Just pick just like get a like what? Like, what's
Try to
going-
read him, basically.
What's going on? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't know. It's just like especially like someone at that sort of like Drake or like
Oh yeah, Drake
just-
or Kendrick would be a cool.
you know what I'm saying? Just like really, like try to be like yo like because they have so much like attention like Justin Bieber like
Yeah.
Imagine like you know the guy who's been famous since he was like 10
Yeah,
like,
that'd be
8.
crazy.
These guys didn't have cameras in his face nonstop.
Yeah, because
constantly. It's like-
every time you see something random.
and you never really get to hear them. I mean, you get to hear Kanye talk a little too much, but like Justin Bieber's not really going out there publicly talking and doing shit as much as that.
Most celebrities don't talk like
Yeah.
like how you like they're
Like
they're talk
one-on-one.
on interviews, but like
Yeah.
it's always interesting seeing them go on podcasts for like
Especially
3
people like-
hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially people that big as hell. Or Mr. Beast, dude, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
I think
Mr.
would-
Beast would
yeah.
be
Well, Mr.
cool.
Beast, like I feel like you could gain like,
Yeah, I feel like it'd be a little easier to talk to him too, I don't know, or more reasonable.
Yeah.
But he must just be moving a million. Like I don't understand how you can have
guy's different,
that much
bro.
of an empire.
Dude,
like
it's
you know what I
different.
mean? And like
He's the biggest creator in the world.
Yeah.
Bigger than Ronaldo.
It's got 400 million subscribers.
Good lord.
yeah,
On just one channel.
and he's just pumping out content.
You gonna start dubbing your channel?
Just
Central Valley and Espanol. Central. How do you even say that?
I don't know. I don't know. How
That
you
would
say
work.
it.
That would work though.
Yeah,
I mean, you got
yeah.
you got a big
You got a big
culture out here,
audience
bro.
over here.
That's like a big demographic. You should consider that.
If I spoke Spanish, I feel like I mean, just in general, it would help out. Está bien. Just keep saying that over and
And that's the episode.
over. Yeah. Adios. Just fucking end it like that. Yeah. But so like so you guys are graduating, right? This weekend you're graduating?
Yeah, I graduated on the 18th, Sunday.
And what
Sunday.
What are you looking forward to for the rest of your lives, huh?
Yeah, okay. Just figure it all out right now. So basically,
or what do you think you've learned, taken away from Merced? Can I ask that?
yeah, I learned to like be like just not be like an asshole and just like be more optimistic and just like, you know, try to like have a better idea on like taking advantage of your situation and doing the most and not even like thinking about like people like thinking about others' opinions or stuff like that. Just like doing you and like taking your idea and just stop talking about it and just go and like do it. Because honestly, I think that's a big like issue today. It's just like people just like I read this report that you get the same like dopamine, same like sort of effect when you speak about it as when you do it. So it's like just by me talking about it, it's like
You're getting a rush, like
I'm getting that idea that I'm doing it, but then I never actually apply myself, and like, you know, I feel like it's a big reason a lot of ideas never even like happen.
well, and that's kind of like how when I used to be like, oh, I wish somebody would do that. It was
Yeah.
like, and I like had all these ideas of how somebody should do something, and I was like, oh wait. And then once I got a camera, I was like, oh, why don't I actually just like do the freestyle sessions live and like do the podcast and do like all these things that I've talked about, and then it's just like. In the beginning, it's gonna suck. Also, I always like tell people that, like, bro, it's gonna suck.
You
in
guys
the
edit
beginning.
everything,
Yeah,
too.
dude. Yeah, all the video content of
Bane of
this,
my
bro.
existence,
I fucking that's
Editing
what I
is a bane of
do.
my existence, so I applaud. Yeah.
Just
Dude,
sit
I
through all
fucking-
the footage.
Dude, yeah.
Wow.
Dude, I edit and then I edit all my client work. All like, dude, I edit all the time. Like that's
So
like.
when do you sleep?
I mean, I sleep at night.
Okay, man.
I caught him sleeping earlier. So
Oh, dude, you literally clocked in. I've never felt sleepier, and like I woke up like such in a trance of like I was like I heard somebody, but then I was like, then I walked in here, but I didn't see you when I first walked in. I like walked in and looked this way, and then
I
you were
was
sitting
right
right. You were
there.
sitting right here, and he was like, hey, and I was like, oh my gosh.
good morning, sunshine.
But
4:35.
yeah, but I just edit. But the thing is, it's like you're saying, like now that I'm my own boss, and then like I do the podcast and I do like
Is this shit like is you?
this is all I do production. So I do like the podcast, I do video production.
So you're like
and I do the studio.
Fully sent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this is what I like. That's what I said in 2016. Pretty much, I made the decision to like pick up a camera, and then since then, I like just keep on like double downing and everything. And like, don't be wrong, like I still apply to like random video jobs that are like anything that I'm like, oh, I could still probably have some free time in that. Like I'll still like apply to shit, but like. I mean, it's just been working, and like I feel like, and that's not that I feel like it shouldn't be, but it's just one of those things where it's like I never thought like I'm making more money than I ever have doing anything else. Yeah. So I'm like, why not? Why the fuck not just double down on what I'm doing? Yeah,
and you're having fun too.
Having fun too, and it's one of those things where people are like, wow, you must be so fucking successful. I'm like, no, I just fucking go for it, dude. I just fucking go for it, and like. It'll work out if you have faith in it, basically. But it's like hard in the moment of shit when I'm like here by myself. That's hard to remind myself that though. Is like. Because then I'm like by myself, planning stuff, editing stuff. I'm doing a fucking flyer. I'm like, God fucking damn, like.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It gets a lot, yeah. Even like when we were doing that Thrive event, I was like, I got to a point where I was like, dude, that guy, like, this is the worst thing ever. But it was like, it was good though. It was good because you learn a lot from like doing it. Like hindsight, like I could have done this like 10 times better. But at the same time, like, I'm glad I did it.
Yeah.
You know?
Because you still learned a shit ton
I didn't
during
give
it.
up and, you know, just like.
And you still did it. That's the thing. Yeah.
And, you know, shit like that. Like, it's tough to have like 13 different people and you come and transition them on and off stage. Like, stage management,
plugging in and out and fucking.
Connecting in and out, especially like bands, instruments.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Like, just different, like more niche performers to like cultural acts and shit like drums and lion dancing. Like, you know, just shit like that. Like, shit you don't never even like. I didn't even like, dude, honestly, and I've never even had a band perform ever at an event. So like they pulled up and I was like, okay, we're gonna figure this out right now.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I hope you guys freaking know. Some shit.
I mean, you guys surely you know something. You know, you brought all the damn, you brought your instruments, so you gotta know how to do something, right?
Yeah, dude.
So, you know,
we had that too here. We did like a live performance here, and then like. No, during it, I was
you should
like,
do more of those, bro. Like,
I want to do like Tiny Desk vibe type concerts here, but it's kind of trying to find like I need like almost a band. You know what I mean? I need like the regular band, but then it's just hard with like then you got to practice shit with people and stuff.
I mean, you don't even really got to practice.
No, really, huh? As long as they know the person's music, then you should be good.
Yeah, I mean, they can kind of jam out. They kind of they know more about music than I do. So
they practice. You know what I'm saying? So it's just more about like having like a sound check, just making sure that they think they sound good and whatnot. And other than that, you get them here like an hour early, boom. You get them set up, going, and make sure you have enough audio equipment. Boom, green. I mean, I think you probably got enough shit you could put together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How about you, Darcy? What do you think you learned from Merced?
I think personally, just kind of. I went to a boarding school before, so I went to like a high school boarding school. So I've had a little. I got the privilege to experience a little bit, about living at school and just kind of being responsible. And if anything, living in college, I think it's just don't waste your time. I think when I was getting closer to my senior year, I felt like, time was going by really fast and you don't want to waste every second and try to take advantage of every second you got left. And so, it just kind of pushed me to do more in a sense where before I left college, I felt successful. Felt like I accomplished something. I felt like I've actually, learned and grew to something that I want to be.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
Hey, do you talk to because there's like only 2 studios out here, right?
Yeah,
it's just you guys and the Sienna Hogan.
Yeah.
So like, are you guys like all like do you guys work together and shit?
So we know like Irvin and like their whole crew like we knew before.
I went to high school with those guys.
He went to high school with them, and then so we always like knew each other, like, and he was always like the other videographer.
How is that? Because those are both like 2 like relatively creative spaces.
But I think they're like as much as they are. Like similar, they are different. You know what I mean? Like we're the only 2 creative spaces that are like maybe hosting events right now, and that's like that's what's setting us apart in the sense. You know what I mean? But like ours is like based around like film and photo specifically. You know what I mean? Where theirs is not like based around specifically that, like, but it's all artists in general. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's why I feel like it's like there's I'd rather have that crossover though of like there's stuff to do in Merced than like, you know what I mean? Like what I'm gonna do, complain so much that there's not stuff to do in Merced, and now there's like
Yeah.
multiple businesses doing cool stuff in Merced, or like, you know what I mean? Even you guys do stuff and stuff, like, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's like we can't now complain that like there's
more
too much stuff going on. You know what I mean?
No, it's because I was doing it first.
Yeah, exactly. But it is hard. Like
that.
I think like being a creative, it's like when I first like was a photographer, videographer, it's like I thought about everybody as my competition. You know what I mean? Instead of your peers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what you think. Like you're like, oh, how am I gonna get like gigs and everything? And then eventually you start getting gigs, and it's just like I'm like, hey, I got to be cool with these people because like if I need help, this is who I'm gonna call on. You know, it's like my people.
I know,
out here.
and especially you just want to like the community. You also want it to be like. I mean, you only benefits altogether. That's why it's like, especially like that was like the whole idea with like have the community thrive. Because you know, if everyone works together, we all do something together.
You took that 1 week and I was at a fucking wedding though. Because I was like, hey, I would have like been. I tried to do something more with you.
Could have got a live
like,
podcast going and everything. You know, we actually had you know, Dope is Yola.
Yeah.
He sponsored it.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I did see Push Trees. Yeah, Dope is Yola. So we had him on the podcast too.
Oh yeah, did I?
Yeah. So that he was like our big guest for like he was our first like the first goal ever. So you say it was cool to have the mayor there.
Yeah.
When we started this podcast, we're like it'd be fucking dope if we got the mayor, man. And like that was our goal forever. And then like an episode like 35, like we had him like on the podcast, and we're like this is fucking crazy. Like we got the mayor, like you know. And then the next one was like, well, who else? And it was like Dope is Yola. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we got Dope is Yola on, and then it was the Russell, and we got the Russell on, and then now it's like I don't know. We've just been winging it for the past couple of years. I'm like
what episode are you guys on?
We're like 100 something, like 100, almost 110 basically.
And how often do you record? Like,
we don't record crazy amount. Like we go through like phases.
Usually you do like 6 months. And cool next.
Yeah, 6 months, and then I'm like, all right, let me because we still post content and do shit all the time on Instagram. You know what I mean? And that just like keeps people's attention.
6 months of video.
Yeah, if you have 6 months, like, and my whole thing is like, it's easy to do sponsorships with that for the podcast, and then it's just like my bandwidth too, like literally. You're playing in here.
Defense.
Defense.
I'm hearing NBA. I'm like,
I heard Jimmy Butler. And I was like,
so like, how's it been like? Cause like, so you know, obviously, so you said you used to work at Starbucks,
yeah,
right? And then you come do all this. And it's like, how much like other like business aspects you've had to just like
figure out,
fucking
do everything from like clerical work.
So even like, sorry to interrupt, but like, cause even like purchasing your studio, designing how you wanted to look, and just like management, organization, especially with all this equipment and whatnot. It's like you don't even realize like what you're actually signing up for until it's like Google tells you need this and that.
No, you know that's what like signing the studio lease was like though. On. It's like I knew it was gonna be a lot, but like it's always more than you think it's gonna be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like in the sense of like I just was in a position where like I felt like it was like the right amount of risk if I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? And then I have like X amount of people that are members of the studio as well. You know what I mean? So it's not like
how does that work?
So they get full access. They can use it whenever they want. They just pay a monthly fee. Basically,
you give them like a key.
You get them a key. They can use it whenever they want, all the time. You know what I mean?
You ever like no worries?
Because it's only 3 people. No, it's 3 people. It's me and 3 people. You know what I mean? And so that's why it's people I trust. You know what I mean? And I made them all sign membership contracts for 2 years as long as my lease. You know what I mean? And so then that way it's like I'm like okay, like now I'm responsible for X amount, you know what I mean? So like that's how like I like compartmentalize shit in my head. Like okay, like there's that much risk, that much reward. It's like it's for 2 years, but like if I even want to give it a chance, it has to be 2 years. You know what I mean? Like your first year is just figuring everything else out. And so like, but like the past month, like it's like people rented out the studio twice, and like it was like I was kind of like fuck yeah, like I made money off the studio from it just existing. Because people rented it, you know. So it's like the business model is like Airbnb for photographers, videographers. There's already its own app called Peerspace, and it's like you can just look it up and like book on there, like kind of like what I was showing you. But like that was like my idea with the studio is like there's not a lot of creative studios in the Central Valley, not a lot tailored towards photo or video. You know what I mean? And the ones that are, I feel like are like do a half-assed job at it. So then I was like, if I just actually put what I think as a filmmaker I would want in here, then it's already going to be better than like the things around me.
Yeah, because you got like what, like 8 sets?
Yeah. There's like pretty much, yeah. And then like people can record a podcast back here, so it's not just like a film and photo studio. You know what I mean? And I want to do it to where people can like host events here and stuff like that. It's just like the right type of vibe is like what I want to try to get. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not exactly the easiest to curate.
Yeah, exactly. But I figure, I honestly think if you just keep fucking trying, like you'll figure it out.
Yeah,
you know what I
just keep
mean?
fucking throwing shit at the
yeah,
wall.
exactly. Yeah. And something eventually, some event that I'm probably thinking is like, why am I doing this? Is gonna fucking do well. I'm like, well, fuck. I guess I'm gonna do this if it's fucking selling tickets. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, literally.
It's true.
I mean, you do like the comedy shows too. The comedy shows are good because I know you said you were like the offline comedy.
The offline
guys.
comedy deals, yeah.
Yeah, those guys. I mean, those are pretty funny.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Keep it going.
When they did it, yeah, exactly. So, and that's what I told them.
Oh, they've done it here?
Yeah, they've done it here before.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, my bad.
No, you're good. You're
Michael's the opener.
everything's like no funds offline for their whole. So think about like
it makes it even harder.
Yeah, exactly. And then
dude.
And one of their like, it's funny because there's like two dudes running it, and one of them's like, "Dude, we gotta fucking post more," and the other guy's like, "But the point is."
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he should start online comedy.
Yeah, no, I know, but I know.
Just keep it pun, just straight pun into it.
Yeah, I know, but I linked up with them recently, and like they're hella good, like they're actual comedians, and so it's like I do like sketch comedy with them, and they'll have ideas. Like we had a promo where like it's like a Girl Scout quarterly meeting, and like we're like trying to bump up sales, and like we're doing all this stuff, and it's like I think it's like so fucking perfect, but it's like one of those ones where it's like it didn't do that well, and then we did a different version that was like about Central Valley towns, and that one blew the fuck up.
I saw that one.
Yeah. So, but the Girl Scout one is actually so much more funny than that one. It's just like my audience just loves fucking anything
Just
that's
like anything
local based. Like it'll just get shared way more. You know what I mean? And that's like the caveat to like, you know what I mean?
It's kind of tough. Makes it a
Yeah,
little tougher.
exactly. Yeah.
Damn, yeah. Do you almost think you have to? Do you have to like act differently for that?
It's not. I mean, like, it's not like
Like or just like cater like directly to that. Like, do you ever wish like I don't know?
Yeah.
Isn't it that big of a downfall?
It's not that big of a
Like a
downfall because of where
cover?
I'm at. You know what I mean? Like it's not bad to have like an entire area.
Yeah, to be tapped in with like the whole.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
That'd be kind of lit.
Yeah. But it is like in the sense of like when I'm doing other like comedy stuff or even like my video work and stuff like that. It's not really like I have a place to post that. So I will post on the podcast page because that's at a certain point I'm like, this is me. Like in like as much as this is a podcast page, this is like I don't have another Instagram that's like my name. Like this is me. And so like I just gotta. Sometimes I'll just post random shit that like has nothing to do with the fucking podcast.
Kill the algorithm.
Yeah, I don't fucking care. No, but then it's like if I do a fucking family photo, it's like I'm fucking 1,000 likes. I'm like, then I'll do a photo of fucking like my guest, and it'll be like fucking 80. I'm like, what the fuck, you guys? Like,
damn, bro. Well, I mean that's almost good though. It's, they can't.
Yeah, no, exactly. So it's like I like literally know if I like
you got fuck.
I gotta be a family man. What the hell? Just kidding.
Yeah, no, dude, that's funny.
It's hard, man. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. Do you have a you do.
I had a
you
kid.
Have Izzy.
Yeah, Izzy's my kid.
How old?
Yeah.
How old is he again?
Izzy's a year and a half.
A year and a half.
Yeah.
What's that like, dude?
It's freaking so
holy shit.
that's what. I like seeing like people your age, like 21 right now, like with your mindset. Because like when I was 21, I didn't have that mindset of like let's just go out and like fucking do shit ourselves. Like it took me to like 26 to like actually have that mindset. So I feel like it's cool that seeing like your generation's like getting after it. You know what I mean? It's fucking trying to.
Every fucking TikTok swipe, it's someone's flexing on it.
Yeah.
Someone's just got an AP watch.
I know.
250 million on their wrist. You know what I'm saying? How am I supposed
What's
to?
that fucking dumbass's name? Jack Doherty,
Oh,
right?
dude.
Oh my god. Fucking cannot.
You gotta respect it.
I do respect it, but like
respect
I can't stand the
Fucking-
like I just got like when it's like right after he just got jumped, he's like still filming himself.
I mean,
I get it, it's content. I get it.
have to.
I know you have to, but it just looks like you know what I mean.
It looks kind of fake.
It looks fake, or it's just like even him. Like I just think like, hey, dude, in the future,
kinda
I
sad.
feel like
It's like
you
he's-
want to look back on like and be like I feel like Mr. Beast, like when he's looking back at his content, he's not like, oh fucking, that was like.
Not everything's just for clicks.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like you still got to have some type of a person empathy in there, like you know what I mean, and not like. But yeah, I know.
That dude went from fucking flipping highlighters.
Yeah,
so
dude.
stupid. It was fucking.
But that's what the thing is.
and
There's always
water
gonna be
bottles.
some kid on fucking social media. You're like, this guy, he just got famous for fucking doing what? Like the guy fucking singing. Remember during the pandemic, the guy that sang the Fleetwood Mac song, drinking cranberry juice.
Yeah.
Like, and then he was
sensation.
Yeah.
And they put him on a.
He was on everywhere at that point.
Ocean spray truck.
It's like, do it again.
Filled with juice.
Yeah. Like, I just remember like people were buying him cars and trucks and shit. I'm like, what the? Like, I was just like, that's what I want. I don't even want a lot, you guys. I want cranberry juice level fame. I'm just kidding. You're like, what are my goals? That is. I'm just kidding.
What would you rate like your end goal be?
Like, I mean, if I could just do the podcast and like get paid to do it full time, that'd be chill. Like, you know what
You
I mean?
ever think of like upping like to like a show?
I mean, like
I don't know. Like,
what do you mean, like more like
I
what?
don't know. Seem like comedic.
Like
Do you like more like
a
a
sketch
Oh,
show?
comedy like series or something like.
sort of sense or idea.
Yeah.
Or I don't know more.
No, that would be a good idea. Yeah, yeah.
know, I'm just trying to, like,
no,
fucking
it's
think,
spitball.
man. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
no, I
saying?
got you. Yeah, no, that's why I like because like even when I talk to you, you're like because we were like fuck, we could try to do something together, and you're like I don't know, there's something though, man. Like, and you just you're like I know there's something that we can do, I just don't know. Like,
He's just like trying to think it out and be like, what can it be? I don't know.
Have you guys ever done live podcasts?
we've done one at a
Live stream.
so we haven't done like live stream, but we did like one at a brew fest that was like so there's like hella people just drunk walking around and we're like interviewing either people walking by or fucking like the different breweries and shit that were there. But it was hella fun. It was just like a lot. It was also 100 degrees, so it was fucking like
And it's also weird because like they can't really hear you
because it's like so much going on. So when it's a public event, it's like people think that like we can hear them over there and they're like yelling and shit like that, but it's like you can only hear what like is in these headphones at a live event. You know what I mean?
You probably have to do with like no headphones on.
But then it's still hard because then you can't even hear the person. Like I wouldn't even be able to hear you if we were in somewhere crowded.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's like it's like you would think live podcasts would be more fun, but I feel like it just ends up being like way like a lot of like what like you know what I mean? And it's like
It's
not
like repetitive.
Yeah, it's not good for
More editing.
Yeah, exactly. But if it was the right setting, you could do a podcast. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I guess that's true.
yeah.
It's also tough if you say like a joke and it doesn't land and somebody
You
in the
gotta keep
crowd
on-
is like, ha ha ha, but it like as like
You hit the Duffy laugh.
yeah. But then they just like I was like, oh, I saw that guy and he hated it.
Yeah. Any advice to future UC Merced students, you guys, as you guys leave them behind?
Dude, any advice? Just figure it out.
Just be
It's not
yourself.
that
You know,
hard,
just
bro.
be yourself is the biggest thing too. And, you know, don't try and pretend to be someone else that you're not. You know, just be who you are, be true, and I think you'll, you know, go to a right direction.
And don't be lazy, man. Everyone's just lazy, bro. There's no excuse. No one's saving you. Get up. You're saving yourself. There's no handouts. Your mom and dad might be helpful, but not everyone's is. You know what I'm saying? Your siblings might be helpful. Reach out to those you can, but for the most part, bro, it's you versus the world. You know what I'm saying? It's you versus the world. And if you don't believe in yourself, how the hell?
How's someone else going to believe in you, right?
How's he gonna believe in me? How are you gonna believe in me? How's he gonna believe in me if I come out, out here and say like, yeah, I might be able to. It's like, yeah, nothing's getting done, but I come over here and tell you I'm gonna go do it. It's happening, So it's just like switching your mindset with it, Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, gentlemen. Hey, thank you for being here, Darcy.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for
it.
having us.
Mike. It was
Dustin.
nice.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
Of course,
it.
bro. Of course.
Thank you, Duffy.
Congratulations, you guys, on graduating as well. Where is it? Oh, not that
We fill all the classes.
Shout out Duffy, shout out Michael.
This is it. Central Valley Podcast.
Hey, big shout out Central Valley Podcast. You know I had to fuck with it. Hey, shout out Central Valley Podcast.